Welcome back to the Kokino podcast, ladies and gents. I'm sitting here on the edge of a balcony of a castle, waiting for the damn other shift guard to get over here so he can take over my shift. Man, it's been an hour. It's just an hour later than I'm supposed to be waiting here. What's taking him so long? I'm supposed to be recording the Kokino podcast during this time. Whatever. I can keep my eyes out. Maybe I can keep my eyes peeled for a little bit longer. So I guess I gotta talk about something that I did in my childhood or something. Man, I can't think of anything anymore. There's a moving over there. Those bushes. It's just a deer. It's always just a deer. It's never anything interesting. There's never actually like some kind of invasion or something. It's always just a deer or a squirrel or something. I'm always hoping that I'm going to see a ninja. I took this job because I thought I was going to get some action. I was going to see some ninjas or some warriors like storming this castle. But apparently whoever owns this castle happens to be a really nice guy, I guess, because no one hates him. No one goes after his stuff. I mean, this country is the country where people go after other people's stuff. So what did this guy do? Why did everybody respect him so much? I don't know. Is that something? Is that something? Oh man, are you kidding me? There's bugs all over this place. I thought the ant guy was supposed to come here yesterday. Whatever. They're just on the wall and not on my stuff. They're gonna get to my stuff eventually, though. What's wrong with the people here? They don't make it right. Whatever. Anyways, I'm supposed to talk about something. I'm supposed to talk about something from my childhood, right? I don't even know why I'm in this castle doing this thing. I don't even know. It's like some parallel universe or something. Like I just sort of like fell asleep and then now I'm in a dream and now I'm a guard in some castle looking for something and trying not to be bored out of my mind. Like all of the books over there on the shelf, you can see the shelf over there. Like all those books, I read all of them. You know, I just have so much time. I read all of those books. And there's no more. They don't add any more to this. I've been doing this for like a long time, for like months. And they never add more books. And I don't have enough money to buy books. I barely have enough money to feed my family. So I don't know. What am I supposed to talk about from my childhood? I guess I could talk about this one time when I guess more than just one time. Just a lot of times in my life, I'd always give it big, like whenever I get a hold of a special device called a tape recorder, I always kind of just used it to make up like a story randomly for no reason whatsoever. Because I guess that was what was fun to me. Whenever I had access to a tape recorder, like my grandpa once gave me a tape recorder, special tape recorder. It had these really tiny tapes, not the regular size tapes. And I used it. At first, I was just like copying the lines from the Scooby-Doo movie that I was watching on the TV screen. But eventually, I got bored of that, and so I made up this story of some pirate captain trying to protect his treasure from his other crewmates. He's threatening to kill people, and like they're in a cave or some shit. It was a really, really cool story. It was really fun. And I don't know. It's just the kind of stuff that I do. Another time I had a tape recorder, I just went around in my backyard, in my front yard, just pretending to be a spy and pretending to make like log entries into the spy network or whatever about my progress on trying to infiltrate the enemy base. There was one point during that podcast, What is wrong with me? Man, I must really be out of it. I mean, like, I've been sitting on this castle balcony for a long time, so maybe I'm just, my sleep is making me delirious. But not podcast. Just this weird audio recording storytelling thing that I did. There was one point during it that I decided, that I grabbed a. I said I'm going to get into a tank. I'm going to take this tank out, and in order to make the sounds of a tank, I took like my tape recorder and then put it next to one of those push motors. Not one of the actual lawn mowers that had gasoline. No, I was too young to be able to use one of those. Those were off limits. So I put it next to this push motor, and then like the sound of it cutting grass was the sound of the tank moving. But the weird thing about me getting in the tank on enemy grounds was that at some point I said I better get out. Someone's coming, and I got out of the tank. Why would I get out of the tank? If the tank, you can kill people with a tank. But whatever. I guess I don't even know why I got in the tank. Why would a spy get in the tank? Doesn't make any sense. But I remember I finished that story with like a final boss confrontation where instead of people, because I didn't have anyone else to make this story up with, I just got a bunch of empty trash cans and like kicked them and said like, and there was like a three kicks. There's like a hi ya, and then hi ya, and then hi ya, and the last one I kicked down three cans, knocked them all over. And because I had to put the tape recorder down to do that, it's like the audio is of me kind of going away from the tape recorder as I kick them. So it's like kind of weird sounding. That's my story for today, for this episode of the Kokino podcast. This is a very weird dream. I don't know why I'm a guard right now standing on the balcony of some castle looking for enemies. Oh wait, I think I see something. Is that an enemy? Is that an enemy? Is that just a bird? It looks like a bird, but maybe the ninjas in this town are very good at disguising themselves to make themselves look like this. It does look kind of big for a bird. But I don't even know what world I'm in. It might be a world where birds are as big as humans, and that's a normal thing. So whatever. It looks like a bird. So I'm going to assume that's a bird. Where is the dude who's supposed to be taking this shift? I'm taking his entire shift. I better get paid for this. I better get paid extra for this. Anyways, this is the end of the Kokino podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. Have a good life. Have a better life than mine. I'm not enjoying this job at all. Goodbye.